Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are looking at 13 more color changer ideas slash edits that I have whipped up in recent months. I did a part 1 a couple months ago. I think it was like 2, maybe 3 months ago. Now it's time for part 2. So we did the first half, now we have the second half. Let's get right into it. It's basically going to be the exact same as last time. Here we go. First off, we have Milton Calipier, an old style car that we haven't seen released since I think 2009, maybe 2010. He was supposed to be in the Radiator Springs Classics line, but that release ended up being canned. And he will go from that really nice, like pale light blue, I love that shade, to a kind of salmonish orange. You can see the front wheel is still blue because they don't change the wheel colors. But I think you can't really tell from this image, but if he's fully orange, I think he'll look pretty sweet. You can't quite tell right here. And as it says in the bottom right, the original image is from the BDD World of Cars database. We have Brooke Fassler. This is a car that you will learn about more in a future video. It is a car that I noticed in one of the scenes in the first Cars movie. I did an edit of her, which you can see on the right, and then I did a color changer edit of her on the left, where she goes from that really nice purple. I know the edit doesn't do too good of a job of encapsulating that purple that you actually see in the movie, which is like a metallic, darker purple. She's more of a pink in the die-cast. But you can see her on the left, what a color changer would look like of her going from that purple color to a very sparkly, shiny orange, and I think it looks pretty cool. Except we got Miles Axelrod. This one isn't too noticeable. It was pretty hard to find like a good stock image of this guy, so I settled with one of him with the microphone, and I just erased the microphone. He'll go from green to yellow, and they're not too terribly different shades. I guess you can, if you look like at the door, you can immediately tell like what the difference is, but if you're just looking straight on at the front or straight on at the back, you could not tell the difference between these two colors. But that's the best I could do. Of course, a real thing, I assume, would be a much more vibrant color. Probably the green would be more vibrant as well. Kind of like how Doug Crankle's color changer is more of a light gray, whereas the actual die-cast is a dark gray, and the actual character is not gray. We got Flo now. Similar to Nigel Gearsley in the last video, he's going to go from green to black. I guess that's more like a sea green. And the black I think looks really nice. It fits her really well. I'm just noticing that part of the window didn't change. I didn't change back to green. I've been noticing this as I've been recording these videos. I just noticed tiny little mistakes I've made in the midst of editing that I could have fixed whilst making the color changer. But once again, I wanted to do another Radiator Springs Townie that we haven't gotten a color changer for yet. I felt like Flo does have a color changer already, but I wanted to do one where it goes to a new color. The original Flo color changer, it doesn't go for, she is green in the movie, of course, and that never changes. But the color changer, the original one from like 2010, I think, it goes from purple to pink, not green, so you don't even have a normal color Flo color changer. So this will be that, and it'll go to a very nice looking black color, which will look even better in the color changer form. Then to go along with Flo, we have Ramone. This is the intro version of Ramone, probably my favorite Ramone variant. This looks so good. I love the bright blue, the pinstripes all over, as well as like the dark blue to complement it. So I figured this would be a great one to make into a color changer. And he will go from the blue color to pink, and you can see that pink very, very nice looking up at the front of the car. A full version would look really cool. There is already an intro Ramone color changer. I think it goes to purple, and that looks pretty cool. But this one will go to pink, which is different than purple. Not too terribly different, but it's different enough, and it'll be very, very, very vibrant. It looks awesome. Then we got Kabuto going from his normal gray color back to red. You can see there, this is one of my personal favorite edits to do. I think it turned out really nice. Kabuto, his main colors are the gray, the black, and the red. I don't really count the yellow. It's more like an accessory that he carries around. So I figured going from gray to red would make him look really, really nice. This was a very hard edit to do because the way I did them in Photoshop. But the way Photoshop works, the tool I use, it's like the I believe it's the hue saturation bar. you can select certain colors to change. So you can select like change all the blues and red, the blues to this shade. So that's what I did to make most of these edits, and then I would erase or I would like block off anything I didn't want. So I would have to, so for example, on, I guess flow would be the best example. I would set anything that was like that green color to black, and then I would go in and you could brush over parts that you didn't want to be colorized. So that's what I did to make that. But with cars that are gray, there is no option to select gray, same with white and black. So you can't just hit, okay, change the grays to red. You have to manually change the entire image to red. You have to hit the colorize tool, which will make anything, it'll turn it into all shades of red. Then you have to manually block off anything that you don't want to be red. So doing the back half of this car, really easy. But doing the front half, you see those headlights, you see the wheels, all the carbon fiber, all the little dents on the splitter, of course the hat up there, whatever it is, as well as that little like visor, the decals on the hood, as well as like the white, the gray stripes along the side, and the window, which I actually messed up on the original edit. I did go back and change it. The window originally was red, but I figured it out, and I think it looks magnificent. Obviously, an actual color changer would not be this like detailed, but you get the general gist of it, and I think that's a brilliant shade of red. Matches his red, like back, you can see the red back there on the spoiler and on his rims and on the whatever that decal is on his side. Fortunately, we're not going to fix his tires on this one. His tires are supposed to be red, but they've been black on every single release of him. But yeah, Kabuto, one of my personal favorite ones that I did. Then we got Maddie McGear. I thought this would be a pretty obvious one, a pretty easy one to do. She is already a bright red car, and being a Lightning McQueen fan, she kind of alternate between his two colors, which are red and yellow. So she goes from that bright yellow, or that bright red, to a bright yellow. You can see that at the front right there. Looks very, very awesome. Had to do a little bit of work to get the flags back to their original color, but once again, you can tell what it's supposed to be, and I think this would be a pretty good choice for an actual color changer. You might have a little bit of trouble with all these small, tiny accessories because they usually trim it down a whole lot on the color changers. Like Road Rumbler McQueen doesn't have nearly as much detail on him or accessorization as the real diecast would. So I'd be curious to see if they did actually do a Maddie McGear color changer, what it would look like, because I don't know if they would include as much like detail on those flags and on the hat up there. Then we got Jeremy. I did do this edit months ago, and I'm just making this video now. So this is an outdated image of him. This was the best image we could get of him at the time that I made the edit. Once again, you can tell what it's supposed to be. Going from that pale blue to a pale, I guess like a Tootsie's color, like a lavender purple. Tootsie's as in like the sponsorship in NASCAR, how their cars are like that bright purple color. He looks pretty cool. I wanted to throw in some cars on the road stuff because we don't have too many of those right now. And at the time of making this video, we had even less. Like I think I made this video, or I made the edits way before like Adam Rodriguez, Nile Speedcone had even been like seen for the first time. And we got Greg Candyman going from that signature Taco Mint brown to a bright green. I wanted to keep it in the Taco Mint colors, so I had to choose between a variety of different colors, such as like red. I really didn't want to do white, red, green, or yellow, and I ended up settling on green. I think it turned out pretty nice. One thing I do kind of regret is that, one, there was a little bit of green left on those candy cane sticks, and two, I didn't change the colors of those associate sponsors that you see up front quite back, and there's a little bit of green on the wheels too. But overall, I think it turned out pretty well. It kind of fits with like the Christmas spirit colors that he is usually carrying, and I think it complements the rest of the car really well. Then we get into the 2-packs. We usually end with the 2-packs, and that's what we're doing right here. We have a 2-pack between Bob Cutlass, who goes from his signature gray to a bright or a dark purple color. And you have Daryl Cartrip going from, once again, his silver / gray color to a bright red. We have, I believe it's 2 Daryl Cartrip color changers. One of them goes from gray to purple. The other one goes from gray to blue. This time it's going from gray to red. Let's take a closer look at some of them. There he is. That purple is very bold. I love how it looks. This is another one, going back to Kabuto. I had to use the colorize function, but he doesn't have nearly as much detail, so he was a little bit easier to do. And I also had to do the same thing for Daryl. But because his flames are also like a dark orange, it identified those as red. So when I was changing, I don't remember what I did. I think I changed it to like blue, and then I changed it to, I believe, blue. I did like the colorization with blue. So, and then I did what did I do? And then I changed the blue to red after I had like crossed out the parts I didn't want. And then I had to go back and uncolorize all the flames. I don't remember the process that I did. I do remember it was overcomplicated. It was harder than it should have been, but it worked out in the end, and now you have this nice looking, edit right here. It's like a metallic red. Obviously color changers can't be that like shiny, but still pretty neat. Then we have our final 2-pack with DJ going from blue to red, and Boost going from purple to blue. DJ, figured that red and blue are like the exact opposite, so I wanted to put those together. I do wish I didn't mess up on his mirror right there, and I had changed his eyes back, but once again you can tell what it's supposed to be. DJ in bright red would be very, very interesting. And I believe we already have gotten all the color changers, or all the tuners as color changers, so I'm not really on anything there. And then Boost, we already do have a color changer of him that goes from like a pale white color to a dark purple. This one is just going to go from a dark purple to a dark kind of blue, almost like an indigo color right there. You can see DJ a little bit closer up. Once again, these do all have like the little watermark in the bottom right corner, similar to the last video, same reasoning and whatnot. But there will be not an opportunity, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I will show them off like in their full glory very, very soon. And that video will actually feature not only the 13 color changers in this video, it'll feature the 13 from the last video, and it'll feature maybe like 6 or 7 more color changers that aren't going to be in that video, all without the watermarks and whatnot. So yeah, that is it for this color changers video. Check out that really weird stock image of Francesco. Thank you guys for watching. It was fun to do all these edits back when school was in session. I don't have Photoshop on the home computer. It does cost a little bit of money, but I had it for free at school in a class, so whenever I had free time in that class, I would just make some edits. And color changers were ones that I did a lot more towards the end of the year, and they turned out pretty nice, as you saw in those videos. That is it for today's video. 13 more color changer edits / ideas. Mattel, take notes. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.